So is Anthony now a Glober? Because he actually answered one of the Flat Earth Debate house cleaning questions.
Any signs of Earth curvature?
Yeah, Mateus KP apparently has done a ferry that clearly shows the curvature of the Earth.
And not only that, he actually said this.
Let's watch this, because if this really is the curve of the Earth, right, and it's this easy to do, I'm being a baller.
Now, Anthony said all of this a few days ago on Flat Earth Debate 802. So let's take a look at the video in question.
Here we have an observation of a ferry, which apparently goes over the water. That's all I can say. It's an apparent, and I wanted to bring it to the attention because we don't hide stuff like this, you know? We want to look into it. We want to find out what is going on here.
Now that's probably the best video I've ever seen of a boat going behind the curve.
In reality, this is only one of many very good videos showing boats going over the curve.
And what I'm going to say is that if this really is the curvature of the Earth and we can do this ourselves this easily, then there wouldn't be a conversation.
Actually, it is done this easily. In fact, your friend Ranty Flat Earth provides evidence of the globe all the time. So you are right. There should not be this conversation. In fact, here's a video from Ranty Flat Earth clearly supporting the globe. This was taken about a year ago, so let's take a look. Now, I don't know about you, but it looks like some of these turbines are sinking. Well, I think it is pretty self-evident that what we see here is due to curvature of the Earth. I mean, look at this. The blades are even going into the water. And if this was a flat Earth, then these turbines should be well above the surface of the water, like the turbines that we see in front. So let's take a look at a little bit more evidence from this video. Now look what we see here. We don't even see the hubs. We only see the top of the blades coming out. I mean, here we see the hub right on the horizon. And you're going to tell me this is caused by a flat Earth? And look over here. All these arrows are pointing to a blade that's coming above the surface. We don't even see the hub of this. Remember, these things are huge. I mean, what kind of magic do you think happens on a flat Earth to hide the bottom? And why would you ignore the possibility that, gee whiz, you know, maybe this is due to curvature of the Earth? I mean, again, these turbines are huge. Even look it up to where the hub is right here. That's almost 300 feet above the water. And this is what we saw on Ranty's video. There were a lot of turbines that were up on the horizon, but as they got farther away, they got progressively farther down below the horizon. This is exactly what we would expect to see on a curved surface. And I don't really understand how you could explain this on a flat Earth. I mean, are you seriously going to tell me that this limitation of the angle law is a viable explanation? So let's take a listen to how this works and pay attention because it is very, very complex.
Now, the hidden is hidden because of limitation of angle at the bottom. Now, that's a fact.
Well, there you have it. The flat Earth scientific method. So let's put this to the test. Let's use this photo as an example where down here we see the turbine hidden right up to the hub. Now here's the funny thing, the hidden angle on the bottom is actually bigger than the visible angle on the top. So according to Nathan's rule of limitation of the angle, it should be the top that is hidden. So I don't really think that's a fact. That is absolute bullshit. Now here's some more evidence from Ranty. He too has a video of a boat going over the horizon. On the left here, I took a screen grab of the boat as he first filmed it and compare it to the boat as it is well below the horizon. Now he's trying to explain this away from this little skinny inferior mirage here. Now this inferior mirage can hide some of that boat, but it can only hide this much. What we see over here on the left below the inferior mirage is definitely well below the water. Definitely more evidence that supports the globe. Here's another Ranty video showing the clock tower and barrel of furnace. Now we can clearly see that this big ship is right on the horizon, so apparently during high tide the whole town is always flooded. Now Ranty shot this video from the top of Nicky Nook and his elevation was 685 feet. So we know this is where his eye level is because we know the top of the turbines are 512 feet. So if the Earth was flat, this breaks the laws of perspective in two ways. First of all, the horizon should be up to his eye level, and it clearly is not. Secondly, North Barul, which is much higher than his elevation, should not be converging below his eye level. At best, it would converge down to his eye level if it reached a vanishing point. So this photo can only be explained by the globe model. In fact, a couple of months ago I made a video documenting why these photos are impossible on a flat Earth. I'll leave a link in the description if anyone is interested in watching them. So I think the problem with you, Anthony, is that you are a regular guest on this show. Flat Earth debate. But if there was truth in advertising, then there would be another name for this show. Flat Earth confirmation bias, because it is just basically a group of flat earthers that sit around and convince themselves that the Earth is flat no matter what evidence is presented, even all of that evidence that was from Ranty Flat Earth. So you know what? It's time to wake up and smell the coffee, because we live on a globe.